All right, we're here. It is Friday, July 24th, and the Weeks with the Geeks, episode 9. We took a few weeks off, with everything opening up and quarantine and the different phases. We're busy, so we took a little time off, but we're back this week. A lot of news we wanted to go over. I have Christina with me.
I am here for once.
We apparently have Laura in the background.
Laura, turn around and say hi quick.
Look at that. What's up, Tom Bangus? So, how are you? So we are here, and the Week with the Geeks. Remember, this is the time when we answer your IT questions and also go over some technology and IT news. So please, if you're here, if you're watching with us, comment. But in the meantime, while we wait for people to have a question, anything IT related, let's talk about some things in the news, security related. So let me pull up the first one here. Instacart. So hundreds of thousands of Instacart customers' personal data is being sold online. Let me lose this banner so we can read the full thing. Actually, that was not a banner. That was a comment. Oh, yeah, so out of practice. So the personal information that's being sold on the dark web is they're saying names, the last four of the credit card numbers, zip codes, addresses. Of course, Instacart is claiming it was not them. It's, they were not breached. However, that data is on the dark web for sale. That's just one of 3 this week. So let's just keep going through. Let's roll through them all. The next one, yesterday, Garmin GPS. Anyone who uses Garmin GPS or their smartwatches may have noticed that yesterday their site was completely down. Their services are down. Well, Garmin was hit by a ransomware attack, and they're saying it's going to take them a number of days to get back up and running. As of early this morning, the site was still down. And you basically are greeted with an apology. We're sorry, currently experiencing outage that affects Garmin.com and Garmin Connect. And it was confirmed by employees at Garmin that it was a ransomware attack. Of course, Garmin has not come out and specifically claimed and said it was a ransomware attack, because think of the publicity. Do you want to let people know that you fell and do a ransomware? But that is one. Let's jump into another one, MGM. So if you remember, back in, I think it was in 2019, there was a breach at MGM Grand. And originally, it was reported that it was 10.6 million customers, guessed information was on the dark web. Well, guess what? That number being reported was highly inaccurate. It's actually 142 million contacts that are being sold. So here's an example below. If you see, it says MGM Grand Resort Hotels, 142. That's what they actually sell on the dark web. Let me shut the ticker off for a second. So for on the dark web, if you're a hacker, for $3,000, you could go and purchase 142 million records of data. So this is data that hackers now could go through, try to steal identity, log into different accounts, depending on what's available out there. So this is on the dark web. So MGM definitely did not fully reveal the amount and the count of that. So let me pull that branding off. Again, if you're watching, thank you. Comment if you have an IT question. Otherwise, we're just going to keep going quick, 15 minutes. So Christina, this week alone, we just went through in 2 minutes 3 major security events.
It's massive. That's crazy. And these are all companies that people use on a day-to-day basis,
These are companies that people use on a day-to-day basis. And then the other thing to remember, these are companies that have complete IT staffs.
Yeah.
So have a full security suite. When you think of Garmin, you think of MGM, this isn't a 1 or 2 person IT staff. This is probably hundreds of IT staff, if dozens, if not hundreds. Full team that's probably devoted just to security. A breach can happen. So that's the one thing we always say. And we have some comments coming through. So hello, Dave. And the Wet Republic will never be the same. What's the Wet Republic? I'm missing.
I believe that's the club inside of that Vegas MGM hotel.
And Dave, I'll help the mac and cheese any guy any day. For mac and cheese, I give free Wi-Fi. We do work for food.
For mac and cheese.
We do work for food. So, but these are teams. So the one thing is, if any IT provider, and this is a tip to any business owner out there, ever tells you, hey, work with me, I'll guarantee you never get hacked, you'll never get breached, run as quick as you can. That is not the case. My job is not to guarantee you'll never get breached. I can't make that guarantee. Just like you could put all the security in the world in your home, no one could ever guarantee you won't get broken into. A bad person, if someone could find a way. My job is to make the risk as minimal as possible, which to take you from being very risky down to extremely low risk, and to have the business continuity plan in place that if the shit was to hit the fan, excuse my language, we could get you back up and running as quickly as possible. So hopefully some of you were able to attend our YouTube live data disaster yesterday. If you didn't, it was 30 minutes. We infected a computer with ransomware, and then we've local virtualized and showed how we could get a business back up and running within a matter of from the time ransomware hit to the time I had the employees back working was 5 minutes. That's, business continuity. So it's my job to minimize risk. Can't guarantee you'll never get breached, but if you do get breached, it's my job to get you back up and running and prevent downtime. That's what business continuity is. The small people are the small business are very vulnerable. You are that low-hanging fruit the hackers are going after. You don't hear a lot about bank robberies, right? Banks are hard to rob. Like if I wanted quick cash, I'm not going to the bank. That just seems like a lot of work and high risk. But the bodega down the street, which just has a clerk, is a little bit easier. I promise you I'm not robbing bodegas, but this is just an example. And as a small business, you're that low-hanging fruit. If you're using the if you're using the Verizon router for your business that's not designed for security, you're risky. So we do have a free and comprehensive security test at techiegeek.shieldtest.com. And I actually did want to demo that out. So let me pull that over. Let me get that website up. So all you do is you pull up the website. It's techiegeek.shieldtest.com and run this on your business. I'm going to go ahead and start test. It takes a matter of probably less than 60 seconds. First thing it checks is for open ports. We do have some open ports on our network, but we know about them. That's the important, is knowing they're open and why are they open. Any open port will give you a fail, but technically that's not a real big fail. As long as you have those open ports for a reason. If you have open port 3389, that would be an immediate fail. 3389 is an extremely bad port. You fill it out, it'll email you a detailed report, but basically it goes through. It checks to make sure your network is provided and safe from a DDoS attack, malware and virus test, client-side attack, server attack, and credit card theft test. So techiegeek.shieldtest.com, and you saw it takes about 60 seconds. If you're using the Verizon router, if you're using those routers provided from the ISPs, most likely you're going to begin failing intrusion protection, DDoS. It's important that you have a real business solution. So that's one thing. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you guys and have some fun with is KnowBe4 has a ransomware simulator. So let me get rid of this comment so we see the full screen. So KnowBe4 is they do automated phishing campaign security training. They have a ransomware simulator. And okay, and it doesn't work again because my AV destroyed it before I even could run it. I thought I had reinstalled it, but I left it quick enough. But that's the thing I was actually trying to show. Let me see if yeah. So let's remove that for a second. So our endpoint protection, like as soon as I run the ransomware simulator, rips it apart. I had to uninstall and reinstall. And I guess I opened it before doing a test, and it removed it. Well, that's the whole thing. The KnowBe4 does have a ransomware simulator, and we'll put in the comments a link to it. It's a great tool to run on your computer. It'll basically runs through 16 different variations of ransomware. It does not ransom your computer. It's just running a test to see how those work on files, and basically reports back, yes, your AV protection allowed this one, or hey, your AV protection allowed 8 out of the 16 ransoms to go through. Now, the endpoint protection we're using, literally, and that's what I was trying to show you, rips it apart within 15 seconds. It doesn't even get through its first test, and then it completely destroys the program. I was trying to run it and give you all the cool little pop-ups, virus alert, but apparently I left it installed too long. It got rid of itself before I even ran it.
Question from Tom. I don't know if you want to answer his question.
Sure. What'd he say?
He said, what do you think is the best money transfer systems for business and most secure, and which would you avoid? Everyone recommends a different service, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo, and why do you suggest?
So that's funny because I actually just got yesterday. Uh-oh.
What happened?
I'm here.
What happened?
So,
oh boy.
Let me sit 6 feet. What I actually just did there was Sentinel-1, or Advanced Endpoint Protection, came up and was like, hey, we saw a threat. We removed it. Do you want to restart now? I hit yes on accident. So, yeah, trying to simulate that ransomware attack really went well. So my computer's in the process of rebooting to just clean up everything. So what I'm saying, Tom, is that's a funny question because I actually got an email, a physical mail yesterday from a good friend of ours, Rich Nicolo from Hand to Hand Realty. And you could drop me out now if you hit that. There you go. So with kind of those services and the different limits and everything that comes with them, Zelle is a good one because it's linked to your bank, right? It's part of your bank. It's going through. I think it has like a $2,500 a day transfer limit. PayPal is another good one. To me, Venmo is more like a personal. That's like if you're doing cash. However, for a business, none of those solutions are really what I would suggest to do transfers of money. Zelle, okay, because again, it can be linked to your business bank account. PayPal, sometimes I make payments using my PayPal, like if I'm doing things on eBay. But if you're trying to do business-to-business transactions,
they'll shut you down quick.
Yeah, you should be doing like invoicing out of QuickBooks, and we use a tool called Connect Booster to allow automated payments. Have your clients have a billing portal. So, Tom, if that's something you're interested in, I could set you up with a meeting. But it's a great tool, and it's what we use. And Zelle is the one we use most. Yeah, because Zelle is linked to your bank. It gives you the highest limits and has the protection of your bank account. But again, that shouldn't be like people shouldn't be paying you with Zelle, and
Square is good too.
Square, but again, that's more like a point of sale.
Yeah.
It depends. Like Tom, we have to kind of talk about how your business and how you're invoicing.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're invoicing and retail is different than obviously a service-based business. So we could definitely talk you through with that. But we use a tool, like I said, called Connect Booster. That links to QuickBooks and all the automated billing. So what time are we at? 14:30.
14:30.
All righty. So to recap, we spoke about the different security events that happened this week, MGM, Instacart, Garmin. Protect yourself. We do have in the link in the comments, it's techiegeek.shieldtest.com. Go run that free shield test. Take a look at it. See if you have fails. And if you do, we're here to talk to you and how you could fix and easily patch those holes and get your business up and, properly protected. There is a ransomware simulator, know before. I'll put a link in the comment after this for where you could grab that. We got to witness that if you have real endpoint protection, it doesn't even let it run. Hey, I guess we do. Like I said, we use Sentinel-1. I managed to go ahead and hit the yes while in broadcast to allow my computer to restart after it removed the threat. So here I am. We're socially distanced. We're about 6 feet apart. We're sitting back. It's maybe like closer to 3.
2 foot, 2 foot, 2 foot equals.
No, she's 6. I'll get the tape measure right now.
We have drop off live.
All right, so don't click yes when rebooting midstream. Exactly. So thank you for joining us. End the week with the Geeks. Please, I can't promise we'll be here every Friday. We will try to be here as many Fridays as possible, but we only want to come on if we have content. So I put together some content for you. If there's anything you'd like to hear from us, even before, let us know. We'll put together and jump on. And then we are going to announce a live hacking demo, so watch for those notifications. If you don't already subscribe to us on YouTube, please do. We're looking for followers. So Tom, get out on our YouTube and make sure you subscribe to us and send it out to your network, and please get them to subscribe to us. All right, have a great week. We'll see everyone later. And Christina, hit end broadcast.
Oh, yes.
And broadcast.